All right, I'm Adam, Barbecue and Bourbon, here in Colorado with our editor-in-chief.
One mad.
Right there. So, we are going to do a brisket, right? We got us an electric box smoker that we're going to do this brisket on. We decided to accept the challenge. We're going in deep. So right now, we're just going to trim this brisket up, season it up, and throw it in the fridge, ready for tomorrow's cook. So this is how we trim a brisket. You see all this white deckled fat and stuff? We just get in there and we carve that stuff off just like this. Throw it in our pan right there. We're going to square up this flat a little bit, just like so.
Why do you shape it?
So it looks pretty.
No particular reason besides that?
No, and you trim and cut it up so it'll help cook more evenly too. You know, any really thin stuff and stuff you try to get off of there just so it cooks more even, because sometimes you'll have stuff that's overcooked compared to the rest of the stuff. Now, obviously, the point and flat are completely different thicknesses, but there's a fat cap that runs in between the two, and that really helps out a lot keeping the consistent, even though the shorter side is going to be a little bit more done than the other side. There's just no way you can help that. But we're going to make some burnt ends out of part of this as well. Now, this is just a choice brisket we got at Costco, and we was trying to find a prime, but we had no luck with that here, so we're going with this.
So you just go with whatever quality brisket you can find in your area. Doesn't always have to be prime.
Got a little extra fat going on there. This fat is great to render down. Matter of fact, we can probably render this down and use it when we wrap, and it will help keep it moist and nice and give it some tastiness to it.
And this is for all you people who have electric smokers, so you can kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting, I got to tell you.
You don't always have to have the top end. Anything will work as long as you work it right.
Yeah, well, you know, you can use a Weber offset, you know, indirect, and that'll work too. This, you know, holding temperature is your biggest key to smoking anything, really. You don't want it to fluctuate a whole lot, because that causes you issues. You want to try to keep it nice and even. You know, try to keep it within 50 degrees, one way or the other, at all times. Not meaning 50 lower or 50 higher, that's 100 degree, but a 50 degree span, like 25 lower, if you're 50 higher, whatever, it's okay. Now, I'm sure with this electric smoker, it will do pretty good to keep the temp where it needs to be. So we'll just see. One last little bit here, and then we'll flip her over and trim that bottom side down. We like to get that bottom side to about 1/4 inch of fat. And that's about it, because it's got a thick cap down there.
Is there a minimum size brisket that you can do, or is it all got to be big ones?
No, so a lot of times you'll find in the store, you'll find just the flats cuts. You know, this is the whole brisket. You got the point and the flat, which I really like to cook. That's my favorite. This got a lot of fat in it, and it really, you can produce some great stuff out of here. This is the tastiest part of it. So that's why I like to keep it on the whole thing. All right, we got a little of this brown over here we're gonna cut off, just like so. See that? All right. Now this point's not going to cook very good, so we're just going to kind of round that a little bit out. Just like that.
Round out for you slower people like Bill.
Paybacks are hell. We're going to call that good on top. I'm going to go ahead and flip this bad boy over. You can see there's some stab marks and stuff from when they butchered it out. And we just got a little extra fat here. I'm just going to carve some of this down to get it about to 1/4 inch. It's not the end of the world if you get stuff like this, especially in lesser cuts of meat and stuff. You'll see that. I tend to think that they just don't take their time as much sometimes.
Can you use this fat like you do for gravy, like you do with ground beef, or is that a different kind of fat?
No, matter of fact, when we take briskets like this and cut this stuff off, a lot of times I will mix it in with in the grinder when we're doing, trying to grind up some meat for briskets or make sausage or whatever. We use this fat in there to give it the fat content that you need.
And just remember, this is the size before you cook it. As soon as you get done cooking it, it'll probably shrink up quite a bit.
Yeah, they do shrink up a lot.
So be expecting that. Don't be like, whoa, what happened?
Okay, we're going to call that good. Boom. Now we're going to season it up. A little OEVOO. We'll show you that next.
So we got a special guest appearance. The Madre.
Get the heck out of my kitchen. All right, we're back. He's in black. I'm not. All right, so we got, almost dropped, the AP, because, AP is essential. And we got brisket rub, Fiesta brisket rub. We're going to go ahead and give this a try. Mama don't like the Texas-style peppery, brisket, which is so tasty and delicious. So we are going to go ahead with this one, which is a lot less brisket on it. And, of course, we're going to put some EVOO on there. Why?
And that's a binder.
For extra layer of flavor.
It's all about the flavoring. The layers of flavoring.
Oh. Yeah, baby. It smells good, don't it? Man, look at all that pepper.
That's a lot of pepper on that.
Boom. See how we did that really nice and light? Not a lot of seasoning. Alright, so we got the top side good. Remember, you got to get all the sides in that real good. So I'm going to spruce this up a little bit. A little dash on there. A little rubby rub. A little more over here. This stuff really flows out of there nicely. I like this. Get that on there. Now we're going to do this side over here. we
There's
have
a lot of pepper in there.
You shut up, Jim. One man, we have the peanut gallery over here cracking up.
Do you ever put mustard on it?
No, I'm not a mustard binder kind of guy. I'm an olive oil.
Oh, they use that as a binder.
Yeah, that's the reason they put it on there. This is wet enough. It really don't need binders, but I like the extra flavor you get out of the olive oil a lot of times. So, I'll stick it on there. As you can see here, we didn't throw no olive oil in there, and it's going to stick just nice to this fat and stuff. Just like that. And that looks good. See? It's looking good. We're going to do a little dosing right here with this non-peppering rub, just like that. Now, all you do is take your saran wrap. See how we wrapped it up here? Like this. I'm just gonna take that saran wrap. This is how you pre-plan. And like this. And then we put that back on there just like that.
And then you put that back in the fridge for a good overnight.
Yeah, you want to do it at least overnight. You can do it longer. I usually, a couple days if you can, but overnight is plenty good. If you only have an hour, heck, do it an hour. But, we like to let that salt soak in there and start to break apart some of that fibers and the muscle and sort of stuff. That's it. We'll see you on the cook. All right. Come to Colorado. Visit your parents. Talk about how they want some smoked brisket. Don't worry. I got your dad a great smoker. So we get here, and this is what we got. Electric, tiny smoker. We're gonna trim these Packer biscuits way down to get them to fit in here. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna see how this thing smokes. Master build, electric smoker. All right, it is 4 in the morning. We have our smoking chips in here. Oak and hickory and some cherry. We got the smoker on. Heating up to 217, 218, 225. She's going in. We're gonna see how this gets her done. All right, I put fat cap down because the heat source is coming from the bottom. That way it can help prevent overheating. It's looking good. Let's see how this bad boy works. Look at that. Starting to build a nice bark layer on there. Yeah. Fat's starting to render down nicely. Look at this. Yeah, it's starting to render out. Looking good. All right, 16 and a half hours on these bad boys. Oh, look at those. Bark. Look at that. $1.99, but look how tender that is. You see that? All right, we got the brisket out. We cut off a good portion of the tip, the point, to make some burnt ends. Now we're gonna slice and dice. Well, no, we're not gonna dice, we're just gonna slice. So we're gonna pull this bad boy out of here. All right, now remember, grain always cross-cut from the grain, right? And it's gonna be yummy, I can tell by looking.
Ooh, it smells good.
All right, so we're just gonna start slicing into this bad boy. It's rested for a couple hours, so it's fully rested. Ooh, a little thicker one there. Let's pull one of these bad boys out real quick. Uh-oh.
So good, it's falling apart.
Yeah. All right. So, holding on its own, this pulls right apart.
Okay.
So tender.
So flavorful. That was good. That is a good brisket.
Well, I guess electric smokers do work.
Yep.
Now, the one thing I will say,
So.
It cooked it nice and tender. Got all that good stuff going on in there. One thing I will say though, so if you look at this, you notice there's not a real heavy smoke ring on it. It does not perform very well with a smoke ring, at least with this particular unit we got there. So, that has one downside. But
Still good.
look at this. See that juice? Look at that. Nice and juicy.
Juicy.
Right? Look at that. And this is the flat. All right, we pretty much cut off the other part of it already, so it's doing its thing. Well, I say we accomplished it. It's good. It's juicy. Tastes great. Less feeling. Well, maybe not less feeling. Protein's always feeling. But so you can smoke on an electric smoker and have a great, good tasting brisket with good bark on it, and it's delicious.
Yeah, comes out great.
Barbecue and bourbon, coming to you from Colorado with I-Man, our editor, and Rooster, out.
We didn't try the beef tips or nothing.
Oh, hold on. So, we've been talking about how we cut off the point. We made these delicious, amazing burnt ends out of it, right? So I'm just grab one out of here. Look at this. Look how squishy that is. Look at that. It's like perfect.
So squishy.
Woo!
Ooh, smells so good.
It's got that nice bark on there. All the flavor and juiciness. Oh my goodness. Amazing. What do you say?
It's so good I can barely open my mouth.
Burnt ends is the way to go, baby. I'm telling you. Woo! All right. Till next time.
Funny thing is, the whole time we're doing this, I'm just thinking where to cut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The whole time.
You're like,
And
shit.
we'll cut right there. We'll cut right there.
I just said all that shit. I'm gonna have to cut out of here.
We'll speed this out. Oh, fuck no. Bill's part staying. I'm gonna grab my vape while you're ripping that thing up. Cut this, cut that. Cut. Bill. Bill, this is what real men do, not cigarettes.
He don't smoke cigarettes.
Oh, does he?
So not that type, but yeah.
This
All
is
right.
what real vapes look like, Bill. Not that little wussy one you got.
Is it really recording?
Yeah.
Okay.